welcome Dr. C.Velan.
Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Dr. Velan has more than 30 years of corporate experience with blue-chip Indian and overseas companies that include Asia Motors, Color Chem, CB Richard Ellis, and Ascendas. He graduated in Civil and Structural Engineering with a post-graduation in Business Administration, as well as Ecology and Environment. He is a PhD holder in Civil Engineering. His research work mainly focuses on sustainable design of green buildings. He is Executive Committee Board Member in Indian Green Building Congress. Dr. C. Velan is currently working as City Head, Chennai Operations, and Pan-India Head for Property Management at Ascendas, India. Dr. C. Velan, now I invite you to render your address.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the beautiful introduction. Thank you very much for this Chennai Institute of Technology to start with. Respected principal, staff members, faculty members, and all the students, the first year students who are getting into that institution for starting your professional journey. Good morning, everyone, and I'm very happy to say one interesting thing to all of you, my friends. Life is having a various phases. The interesting phase, we call it as, is that the younger generation stage, where you start your preliminary studies in the primary schools. Then you get on to the secondary schooling, then higher secondary schooling, and then get into the professional studies. This is one phase of life, I can say, entire period what you spend in the education side. The next phase is relatively into the social and personal commitment side. That is when you are getting into the professional career, you take care of your family, you take care of your society, you take care of your environment, all those things. That is the next phase. The last phase, we call it as, is that we are all in the relatively advanced stage, that is beyond your professional career, that is beyond 60, 65, whatever it is. In this way, I always believe three phases of human life, actually. In this, where you are currently is what you have to look at it. Very interesting age is that the youth, actually the age between 16 and probably about 30, I can say, or 24, predominantly 24, or it can be extended up to 30 years, actually. The one thing, my friends, which the Honorable Principal or myself, you can see my gray hairs, right? We have a lot of experience, educational qualification, all those things. But one thing which you all have, we don't have. We cannot have. You know what it is? Age. Age is one thing. Younger youth, at that particular stage, we cannot go back, my friends. So whatever you do at the younger age, at the youth time, that will be the best thing which will put you in your next phases of your life. The second phase, third phase, what we call it as, how you are going to perform in the phase one, that is in this particular stage where you are in. This is going to help you to this age is only about 24, 25 or whatever age you are going to study here. But if you live for another minimum 60 years, you live at least 80 years or something, assuming that way. Another 60 years you are going to live in the world, actually. It means if you are going to concentrate in this particular period between, say, if you are around 17, 18 or something, whatever you are going to study from now to 24, 25, which is that 6-7 years of time, which is going to help you to live comfortably, happily, support you without any major support of others. You can live very happily for the remaining part of your life. That means this is a period you have to focus a lot. That is why I am saying this is very crucial time for you. Do you agree with me? Yes. Now, I'm just going to connect you slightly between what you were doing so far what you are going to do now and what is going to be the future. Okay. So far you have been studying in the schooling. The schooling is something which will be providing you the fundamental basics to go rise up to the professional career, right? So now that you are into the professional studies, you are getting into the professional studies, right? That too, engineering studies. See, there are various kinds of studies available for people at this age, right? You can choose medicine, you can choose engineering, you can choose arts and science, you can choose law, you can choose any other kind of studies. The one thing I always say, my friends, because I'm also engineer, right? So I always believe in it actually. Engineers are fundamentally very, very important actually. They build a lot of support for the nation's building. They play a very critical role, important role in nation's building actually. So in terms of national building is what exactly it means. It is in the form of playing very innovative role in developing the society on the whole. What is a development? It means development means improving the quality of life. That's the fundamental thing you just keep in your mind. So engineers can able to improve the quality of life of our nation. How we can do that? If you are a civil engineer, you can build the roads, you can build bridges, you can build the airports, you can build many other things and develop the infrastructure for the country. If you are a mechanical engineer or instrumentation engineer or an industrial engineer, what you can do? You can design, manufacture a lot of machineries, factories, and you can able to support the nation's growth. And if you're an electronics engineer, communication engineer, you are into electrical engineer, something like that, you can go for the power plant, then you can do the transformer power design, then you can go for the condenser design, then you can go for the integrated building management system design, you can design through using the IoTs, so many factors. You can use those things to come up with the nation's building, nation's growth, correct? If you are, for example, a kind of a software engineer, assuming that, you are going for software engineering studies or you are a software engineer, what you will do? You are fundamentally providing a lot of support in terms of providing the back office support or simplification, automation, or digitalization of various products and services. Thereby, you are simplifying the manufacturing process, you are providing support for the other service industries. So IT and software development, IT support, those people are supporting the nation's requirement. If you look at like this, and are you definitely supporting the country's development or not? Yes, you are right. See, like agriculture is supporting our existence, like that they are important. Like, for example, doctors and others are supporting us, they are also important. Likewise, if you look at on the whole, the country's development in various forms, even the medical support, IT support is there, software support is there, digital support is there, electrical support is there. Anything you look at other sectors, engineers are there for supporting them to support us or support the country, right? So engineers are having fundamentally responsibility or a crucial role to play for the country's development. This is the background with which I want to tell you, my friends, you have come to the right study. You have chosen a right study and you are going to be definitely supporting yourself, your family, your nation on the whole. Is that correct? Understandable? Very good. Now, I'm going to touch it a little bit on the youth. We'll talk about a little bit of youth actually, right? China is having the highest population. The second highest population is India, right? And growth of population, but if you look at it, China has come down, India has grown up actually. But whatever it is, if you look at the youth population across the world, India is the country which has a huge youth population, highest ever, highest across all the countries. So, why youth we are talking about it? I'm very passionate about it, my friends, when you are youth. My daughter, who is also, of course, like engineering background, but she did her PhD and all, so she is teaching. So she used to speak. I listened to her one day. I was really thrilled. How younger generation is talented enough to speak and communicate. I'm just telling you. She was just mentioning, you can achieve anything at any kind of age. Any kind of age. Like, for example, principal, chairman, professors, lecturers, myself, or any other people at our age, we can also do a lot of achievements. But the youth, the students of your age, are immediately after your college or something, if you go and if you are able to do, you will be able to do more than what we can do. Why, my friends? Your mind is completely open and frank and transparent, very, very innovative. You can think a lot and you can do more than what we can also do. With our experience, we are surviving, we are doing much, no doubt. But when you people are coming out of the college or you are coming out of whatever it is, your mind is occupied with a lot of innovative ideas because of the freshness, actually. Number two, there is also one more thing important, health. Physically also, this is a age at which you can concentrate more on your studies. You can concentrate more on your job. You can concentrate more on innovative thoughts. So your physical nature also helps you to stretch more than what we all can do it. Okay, your thinking is possible. More thinking is possible. Health-wise, you can able to do more actually. And on top of everything, you are fresh from the institution. You are thoroughly with your theoretical, academic, and practical knowledge and all. Your ideas can be put into use actually immediately, very next day itself. So by doing so, what and all you can do? Innovatively, you can come up with a lot of ideas and do a lot of things in your future. There is the term called actually innovation. We are talking innovation like that, right? Innovation is a process or policy the government of India also has come up with various incentives, promotional factors like that. So there is a difference between you people, because of your students, you may be thinking, what is the difference between invention and innovation? Okay, why they are all talking innovation? Why invention? Invention is something first time you find anything. Like, for example, microprocessor is an invention, first time invention. But the microprocessor is being used on phone, mobile phone, television sets, and radios, and various other accessories, right? So those are all called innovations. So you have first time innovation of microprocessor is invention. Using that microprocessor, you are continuously innovating a lot of products, a lot of services, and all those things. Those are all called innovation. This is a mere difference between invention and innovation. So innovation is very much possible. Invention, probably you can invent very limited things. But innovation, you can innovate multiple things. So that is why your mind, young mind, can focus a lot of innovative ideas, thoughts, and you can become a kind of entrepreneur or kind of big time professional in the future. So focus on this innovation also in your mind. Okay, this is one more thing I want to tell you actually. So there is another way of putting it. If you have mental strength, physical strength, determination, what I want to achieve in my life, and your focus on all those things will bring you a successful professional in your life. This is what I heard from my daughter when she was talking, my friends. I'm just replicating to you because if you are focusing on these kind of areas, your success is assured. Okay. Next, I'm going to talk one more interesting thing for your noting. What are the opportunities for engineers in the country now? Our country is in the growing path. We are not like countries like US or something, UK, something like that, already exhausted. They are all already matured. They are all already developed countries. In development is where you have a lot of opportunities for doing things, in the sense job opportunities, lot of entrepreneurial opportunities, lot of service opportunities. All those things are very high. See, that is why China has already reached a stage where they have completely, kind of advanced level from what we are today. and they have reached that growth phase. But we are in the development phase. We are already in the maturing stage. We are not weak at any way. Knowledge, talent, potential, growth, production, you name anything, we are all strong. IT professionals or engineering professionals, civil engineers, you can name any function, any discipline. We are ahead of any other competing countries actually today, my friends. You know? So the opportunity, but still it's a large country, large population. When the population is more, when the countries grow in the growth path, lots of opportunities are also there for the generation to come up with. Like for example, engineers of today are going to have plenty of opportunities, because if you look at it, our Prime Minister's address in that, in the recent past, he has given 3 sectors major developmental opportunities. He is very satisfied with the development of IT and other service industries, because they are all already, what I can say is that doing a lot of things in other countries also, in US and all. If you go, a lot of people, even India, the leading companies like TCS, Cognizant, and many and other, Infosys, Wipro, so many companies are already in a development phase. Developed state, actually, I can say, support that other countries also. Likewise, if you talk about the construction side, civil engineering side, you look at the development of airports. Sometime back, if you look at, we used to have only 4 metro cities, the airports. Now you see tier 2 city, tier 3 cities are also coming up with airport developments. So what it means? It means a lot of opportunities for, so now I am told actually almost like 120 airports are being planned in the country across. It means what? So various opportunities of infrastructure development. So, and at the same time, if you look at that golden quadrilateral road development, you can see outer ring road, inner ring road, like that and all. Every city is coming up with a lot of roads and bridges and all those things. If you look at private ports, if you see, earlier it used to be only one port. Now there is Ennur port, Karaikal port, so many ports wherever we can able to bring in that private Vizag port. So many things have come up actually. So those kind of building opportunities are also there for construction. If you talk about industrial, mechanical, electrical, electronics engineers and all, plenty of manufacturing facilities are coming up. You know that Chennai itself is that we call it as a Detroit of South Asia. We call it as such kind of automobile industries, such kind of manufacturing industries, glass manufacturing. You name anything, all are available there. Now, this COVID also has brought in a lot of changes in people working actually. For example, these communication engineers, digital engineers, you can call it as cyber security engineers, you can call it as IoT engineers. You name any discipline today, they are all having lots of potential, because now everything is looking forward. You can call it as manufacturing, you can call it as construction industry, you can call it as service industries, IT industries, name anything. They are all going towards digital mode. They are all going for AI, artificial intelligence. They are all going for blockchain. So many opportunities are there for all these kind of engineers. It is not one discipline, 2 discipline. You call it as even agricultural engineers. You name anybody. Today, India has lots of potential to grow. Very much opportunities, very many opportunities are there for you people to grow. This is giving some confidence for us. See, when we were studying in those days, in institute colleges, those used to be only 6-7 engineering colleges those days. I mean, a principal may be knowing, or most of your professors also may be knowing. If you look at it, those days, it used to be India Engineering College, Anna University, Coimbatore, and some selective locations, Annamalai University. Like that, some selective engineering colleges only used to be there those days, other than IITs. Right. So institutions those days we getting in admission, all those things are very difficult things, and that is why we were continuously studying over a period of time, and then we became PhD holders and all those things actually. But in your opportunity, in your time, what's that opportunity you people got it actually? Excellent opportunities, engineering colleges, post-graduation colleges. You want to do some sort of entrepreneurial thing, your institutions helps that entrepreneurial opportunities, startups, and so many things. Those days, those things were not there. Really, today the opportunity is in your hands. So you need to really, be feeling happy about the days at which you people are coming up with this kind of studies. And one more thing I want to touch upon about institution. I visited your institution about 2-3 times in the recent past, my friends. And that particular time, I was really very happy, actually. Somebody can just help me. Am I audible?
You are.
Say yes.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay. So what happens, when I was visiting your premise and I met a few of your professors, principal, your chairman and others, actually. Honestly, not to flatter you people, I have seen hundreds of colleges actually in my experience, in my position, whatever I'm holding, I have visited. But I also have a passion of meeting students, talking to them, giving them some sort of experience and all those things. Of which I visited the places of your institution, you will be surprised. When you go to the college, you will be really feeling very happy about it. Right from entry, if you go to your lobby, you go to your upper floors, you go to your building terrace, you go to your playground, you go to your open air auditorium, amphitheater, you go to your canteen and other facilities, you go to the hostels, and I was really thrilled the way the institution has planned the infrastructure. Of course, it is one of the best class infrastructure you will experience yourself, including, I'm telling you that I have seen each and every place of yours. Fortunate to see that, actually. I went to the places where you have gym also in the college itself, and you have that washing machine for the hostlers. They can get that machine used for the clothing, and then they can go for pressing and all. What a fantastic basic infrastructures and all, they planned very well. Likewise, you go for any kind of big, institutions, all those things are available in your institution also. So good thing actually is that important thing I want to share with you is that one of the interesting thing is that in the institution I have seen, they are also promoting the startup entrepreneurs. That is a very good thing, nowadays. I think few colleges are having that kind of attitude, and this institution has that kind of motivating the students to become entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, I hope you understand, right? You can become not employees of a company, you will become employer of an institution. Like that, they are also giving that kind of coaching, training, bringing the industrial people to talk about it. All those things are also, I have seen, probably you would have been told by somebody else in your introductory talk. So my submission to you is that why I'm saying this, is it something to do good about your institution only? No. Everything, my friends, the interesting thing is, everything is available in your institution, in your platter, like a platter. You have in a platter every facet available. What is that you consume? It is up to you to decide. There is a saying in Tamil also, you can only take the horse to the water. It is up to that horse to drink it to whatever extent it can drink, or it needs to drink, actually. So it's up to you people. My submission is, my friends, student friends, pick it up. These 4 years is going to make a major difference in your life, in your career, in your foundation, professional foundation, right? Professional career related foundation. Use it. Enjoy your studying, actually. Whatever you do, I like that, my MCs, Varsha and my other friend also mentioning, actually, it's a kind of a passion with which we have to live with. It is a passion with which you want to come. It's not just like that you go for studying alone. Studying is with the passion, with some sort of focus. It will make you difference. One more thing I'm going to tell, you can note down. Doing many things in life will give you definitely a different life, successful life. Definitely. If you're doing many things, doing different things, but doing things differently make you a super successful person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Doing different things will provide you success, no doubt. If you do game, if you do studies, if you do multiple activities, extracurricular activities, everything will provide you success in your life, because that's a team. That's a team culture which we will be coming up with. But doing things differently will bring you super success. What it means? When you are studying, you not only study, not only play, not only work, but also you think on entrepreneurial opportunities, what is available with you. Why not I think, yeah, instead of going to work somebody, why not I do some sort of an innovation in my process, in my studies, in my project work or something innovative. I'll find out something so that I can become an entrepreneur. Doing things differently will make you a super successful person. Correct? So what I'm saying, my friends, this small element of you carry this small element of innovation, doing things differently with you, you will be a successful person, a super successful person. Okay? Enjoy your working, enjoy your studying. Actually, in fact, I told one more thing also. You should definitely note down. Even at this kind of experience, at this kind of position, what Mr. Principal, myself, our professors, or many people can't get it, or can't have it, or get it back, which is there with you today, which is your age. So what you have to do is, you should feel very happy about what is that you have. Is not with anybody else. It is with you. The age, the mind, open mind, lot of physical strength. Everything is there with you. If you don't use it, you are the loser. So please use it for your success. Is that okay? So with that background, my friends, I will also talk a little bit on the sustainability environment side for your noting. Okay? Right. Everybody does today. Everybody talk also green building, green, what I can say, factory, green college, and all those things. What does it mean by green? Green is not something like a painting the building in green, right? There is there are few things which we have to discuss about it. What are the major things which we use daily? Water, power, right? Then the atmosphere, outside environment. These are all the things actually, you normally come across every day. How is that water is provided to you? If you go in depth a little bit more, you will understand. So we have a huge water source. Almost 2/3 of our this one is covered with water only, like sea, ocean, rivers, valleys, then glaciers. So many things, right? We have. But out of all those things, what is that quantum of water which is available for you to drink or potable? You know what it is? You won't believe. You'll be really surprised. Out of all those things, we have 1% of water only naturally available for you to consume. Actually, it means what is that is happening is today, unless we look at water as a precious one, or very, very serious one, tomorrow entire world war will come with due to water scarcity. That is what the people are predicting today. So my submission is, you have to be conscious on water, right? You should be definitely conscious on using water or conserving water. How do you do that? There are many ways of doing it. We can do that, wastewater. First thing is, you should use seriously, carefully, like what is needed, you have to consume. You should not waste water. First thing is, you should not, when you are using it, you should not waste water. But when you are getting the water, you can direct this water towards, for example, if it is large office premise, factory, or institution or anything, we can have proper sewage treatment plant whereby every wastewater can be treated and reused for landscaping purpose or your urinals purposes. Like that, you can use that water for recycling purposes, right? Somewhere what we have to be conscious about is, water is very, very critical one today, which is available very limited one today, and just very well, it's very expensive also today water, because in Chennai and all, we are getting desalination plant for providing water. The sea water is treated in such a way, the water is provided for us for the domestic usage. The salt, everything is removed, That is a big expensive. Even though you get water, you have to open the tap, waste it, but you don't think every liter of water is very expensive to produce today. So then we should be much more conscious or not? We should. That is why in green concept, we always focus 4 areas. 1, water, energy. Third is that indoor air quality. You also take care of okay, I'll explain you later. And third and fourth one is waste. A lot of waste also to be managed. These 3-4 factors seriously we work on it actually, besides the atmosphere, the environment. So first we'll talk about water. So water is critical. So we have to consciously look at it, how we can able to use water and recycle the water. Okay, number 1. Number 2, we talk about power. We'll talk about energy, power. The power, if you look at it, which is consuming more power, today? The buildings, factories. These are all the things that consume more more power than the natural lighting for the road and other things are okay. Those are all there. But major consumption of power is for the factories, for the buildings, air conditioning. All those things are consuming more power. So what we have to do is, 1, where is it power coming from? You all know about it. There are few sources. 1, from the natural resources, like for example, oil, coal, all those things are gas, all those things are used for producing the power predominantly, other than the tidal power, water, that is very limited only. So major power generation is happening with your coal, oil and gas. These are all natural resources. At some point of time, my friends, this will get depleted because our consumption of natural resources is too much now, and it is for producing power because it is very much needed for manufacturing facilities, for IT campuses, for offices, for schools, colleges, everywhere power is used, right? So power is to be very, very carefully produced and consumed. Okay, now I will talk about it, how it is possible. Okay, if today, if you look at it, there is one more source we are all talking about, which is called renewable energy. Renewable energy is something like solar, wind power, solar power, and then you are getting geothermal power. So many things are available. Predominantly, it is wind power and solar power are commonly in use. Luckily, in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, these kind of places are having very good potential of having Karnataka, having lots of wind power and solar power opportunities. The governments are promoting that generation of solar power, wind power is a must, and it is also promoting by means of giving lots of incentives to those kind of things. So, my friends, what is a renewable energy all about? Solar, wind. These are all the things are to be promoted very high. But if you look at it, if 100 is a units we consume, assuming that way in a place, assuming hypothetically 100 units is produced and consumed, of which how much is the proportion of renewable energy? Very, very limited. About 3 to 5%, 6% is solar. Wind is about 3 to 5%. So 10% is maximum you are using the renewable energy. Balance 80-90% is through your natural resource based power only. How long this natural resources will be available for you to support the business or production of power and all? Very difficult, right? So my submission is that the engineers which we are coming up right now to look at it, very, very, very environmental focused. In the sense, I will use minimum power as much as possible, and wherever possible, we use the solar power. Now I'm going to give some credit to your institution. Actually, I went to the college terrace. I told you, right? The entire campus buildings in the terrace provided with the solar power. The campus is running with 100% of the solar power is possible, and surplus power is also available for them. It is going to the grid actually. So like that, there is a focus on using the opportunities available for renewable energy. That is what, it is very appreciable in your case, in your institution point of view also, they have been with that kind of arrangement. That is on the power side. So if you don't do that, if you don't increase this proposition, 10% renewable to 50%, 60% of renewable over a period of time, definitely tomorrow your power availability will be a problem because natural resources will get depleted. So power is supposed to be with the renewable sources. We have to use it as much as possible. This is one more thing you have to keep in mind. And third is actually you said waste. If you look at it, the waste. What are the various types of waste we come across in life? You can call it solid waste. You can call it a liquid waste. One more important waste is there. What is that? E-waste, electronic waste. Plenty of electronic waste is getting generated in our country. These are all very dangerous things. Unless otherwise it is processed, treated, and disposed appropriately, it is going to hamper our environment seriously over a period of time. Huge volume of you talk about simple, the mobile phone. You touch your heart and tell me how many in your family have mobile phone. Everybody will be having one phone, in your family, except the small kids. So earlier days, only one phone used to be there at house. That is a BSNL phone. We have to receive it. We have to take it and put it. Everybody calls comes, they have to go and take it and put it. But everybody is having phone. May not be surprised. More than one also. Somebody will be having more than one phone also. People are having today. Likewise, laptops. Likewise, desktops. Likewise, you can call it as iPads. You name, so many gadgets have come. But it is a must or not? It is a must. But at the same time, what is that we have to do is, we have to appropriately treat that waste, e-waste also. That is also one of the areas. I'm telling you, one of the institutions, I don't want to name it now, is having one startup base actually for the e-waste processing promotion only. E-waste processing promotion only. There are 10, 12 startup companies. They trained, they developed, and those people are now entrepreneurs in various parts of the country. E-waste processing. Huge income they are generating actually. Because that's one thing, earlier days we used to send all those e-waste through ship to Singapore and they only have that segregation, all those things, the facilities those days. Now it is available locally. What and all you can able to get out of that, but e-waste you can't even imagine. Even in your laptop is a small component of your gold is also there, they call it as actually. So everything can be segregated, it can be made money. So now waste, we are saying, like earlier days we have only decomposed for wet waste. Now there is a processing, the food waste processing and all, it is getting converted into manure for the plants and all. So nowadays waste is not waste. Wealth out of waste is a concept nowadays we have. Waste is also will bring you money. That is what we are calling it as nowadays actually. So waste is another area we have to be really serious about it. Okay, let us not get into too much technical. Let us come to the softer side of it. Then, what does it mean by conventional building versus a green building? You just think it over. What is the difference between these two? Can you avoid impact to environment? Building, if you construct buildings, you will disturb some sort of trees, some sort of whatever the natural resources and all. Right, soil, whatever you disturb, surrounding and all, you will get disturbed. But if you provide road, if you build the airport, if you provide housing, if you provide factories, can you avoid that? You can't avoid, because country has to grow. People have to get jobs and all those things. When you do all those things, obviously these kind of developments are required. Road is to be provided, airport to be built in, port is to be provided, factories to be built in. All those things are definitely a need actually. If that is the case, you can't avoid, then what is that green building concept is all about? The green building concept says minimize the impact. As much as possible, minimize the impact. That is the principle of green building. The green buildings uses less energy, less water, less waste, generate very less waste, and even process the waste. In that condition, they provide indoor air quality very nicely. What is indoor air quality? You go to theater those days, right? Now, last 6 months, we don't see any movie in the theater, that I know. But those days, when we go to cinema theater, you are looking at the theater and the whole 2.5 hours you are watching the movie. And sometime when you come out, what you will be feeling like? Some irritation of eyes, some sort of headache, some people will get, right? Why it is happening, The indoor air quality is not adequate or sufficient for your health means you will get that kind of irritation, headache, some tension, something like that. It will be there. So to maintain the physical comfort, indoor air quality is important. What are the things indoor air quality? Your humidity level, your oxygen level in the air, in the room is important. That also is guided by green building to what extent it has to be there. All those things are green building concepts. In a green building, you should focus on all these matters. Last, I want to touch it upon a little bit on the environment. If we talk about environment outside, you should use as much as possible public transports, as much as possible college transports, as much as possible reduce this use of fuels and use of cycles, and do a lot of plantation, trees, garden, greeneries across this, so that will enhance the environment, air quality, and that will help the public also on the whole. With that, I think I crossed the time already. It is a big subject. We cannot stop this subject. We go on, talk about it. But at this stage, my friends, a summarized statement to you: work hard, passionately, study passionately, enjoy your college days with passion, with innovation, with hard work, with focus. And at the end of the day, if you are doing things differently in your studies, in your preparations, you will be having a super success in your life. With that, environmental focus is also added. You will become a full-fledged citizen of India. Environment is very important for our country, our people, our future generation. All the very best to you, my student friends. Your studies starting in this first year onwards is going to be next 4 years' time. You will be becoming a very, very successful professional. I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much for this opportunity, the principal and the MCs in the introduction, and I'm very happy to provide any kind of clarifications in the future. The time is very short, so you can go ask any questions to this one, and I will definitely send my response to all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.